Welcome. You're at Reach Review Time with Imperial, and today's review will be Power Book 3, Raising Kanan Season 3, Episode 9. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, let's get into it. So this video was like a filler. Episode 9, Episode 8 ended with Rock getting her revenge back on Juliana and then her off the earth. So this episode pretty much picks up. We seen uh, Lou pretty much he gave Famous the tape, and then he went on a drinking binge, and two guys was Gary mug him in the alleyway. He pulled a gun out. So the episode pretty much starts off with him still drunk, crash into a liquor store, rob a liquor store for some whiskey or liquor, and pull the gun out on a liquor store store associate at the register, and then pulled off. Lou is just going to crack right now. So Lou is just off in his own. Then it goes to Ronnie and his crew, and they got Ty Dollar Signs playing as Clarence, one of Ronnie's henchmen, and they're in a white van waiting for the drop for Juliana. Joaquin pulls up with his crew, so we know Joaquin has an army, and pretty much it shows they pulled out the guns, and Clarence is pretty much like, "Look, man, I'm ready to go on full on go on them. Just give me the word." Ronnie pretty much said, "This the guy that's gonna tell us we out of business." So he pretty much got out the car, talked to Joaquin. Joaquin pretty much said, "Juliana's dead, and any business or relationship that you had um, with her is deaded, and the only reason why you allowed live is because your investors hit a call in, and pretty much to keep you alive, and for me not to supply nobody in South Queens no more, and I'm a man of my word." So it shows the pull that Snaps and Pops have. So their pull might really be strong with Stefano. So I know that's going to play out eventually. But so they had pull with Joaquin, and so they spared Ronnie's life. Ronnie pretty much had that stoic look, saying rock, just smell like rock all in it. So next scene, it pretty much is showing Juke and Rock meet at the diner, and they pretty much have a heart to heart. Rock congratulating Juke on her performance that she great do at the mall. Rock found out that a letter came in the mail from the army, and Rock pretty much told her, like, if you gonna go, did you tell your dad? Juke probably just pretty much said no, and she stated, whatever you go for, I'm for you. If it's the army, you want to go that route, go that route. But if it's the group and singing, go ahead and take it. You got to take it though. And so she pretty much, Juke knows she cares about Kanan, and asked her, did she want her to go check on Kanan? And Rock pretty much said, that's not fair of you. I've been asking you about Kanan your whole life. That's not fair to you. This is all about you, and whatever you want to talk about. And that was dope that Rock said that to Juke or whatever. And so it shows Juke admiration for her aunt, and they got a real strong bond or whatever. So that was a good scene from Rock and Juke. So then it showed Famous. He's at the club, and he hears music playing in the back. And when he gets back there, the bar owner, she's back there with her rich friend who's an exec. He owes a few record labels, and pretty much said he liked Famous, and he liked the production, and they pretty much saying, where's Lou Thomas? And Famous pretty much lied and said, yeah, I talk to Lou all the time, you know. And they like, yeah, well, we all need to sit and meet. And so the guy pretty much said, I'm rich and you got talent. That's a recipe to make some business. So we're gonna see how that play out with Famous, but we still know that that gun is gonna play a role eventually in something. So then you had Marvin go looking for Lou, and he go into Lou's apartment. Lou's apartment looks like a pigsty. He gets Lou's landlord pretty much to let him in, and of course Lou's not there. So there's a sit down between Ronnie and Pops and Snaps, and they pretty much told him he was stupid for messing with Juliana, and basically messing with her on that level behind Colombian's back, and pretty much telling Ronnie, listen, uh, Ronnie pretty much said it's Rock behind it, and they pretty much said, well, we ain't, our business not with Rock, our business is with you, so you need to make do. And pretty much Snaps just got at Ronnie, pretty much said basically don't get on our bad side, basically we get you handed. So, and Ronnie just stood up, tucked his chair, and then left. Then they pretty much Snaps, not Snaps, Pops pretty much, he's a weird dude. So now you got uh Burke's uh Burke's father goes to Sergeant, pretty much telling him everything he found out about Howard, and pretty much said his daughter was on to something, and pretty much like, hey, you gotta, basically saying Howard's dirty. It's more to the story. So they called in that feds, pretty much trying to connect the dots, saying Laverne, which is Juke, Nicole, Marvin, there's all, and Howard, they all tied together. Now keep in mind, Howard never mentioned to Rock about they were on the Marvin. So I already pretty much seen that Howard's going to use Marvin to try to make his, as his debut in that new position. That's what he going to try to use as his throw everything on Marvin and let Marvin get locked up. I mean, that's what I looked at it as been headed for. So now they start connecting the dots. We already know Marvin's under investigation. Marvin went and did some recon, went to the drug spot, asking anybody seen Lou. Nobody said nothing. And one person spoke up and said, I heard that he robbed a liquor store last night. So, of course, Marvin told Rock, she reached out to Howard. Howard said, I'm tired of dealing with your family. She pretty much said, look, Lou's out here. He need to get off the streets. He's bad for business, and he could be bad for you, too. Howard's talking his stuff like, yo, I'm tired dealing with y'all. So what Howard ended up doing is those dirty cops that was dirty with those dirty cops that was dirty with Rock, he had them go and they found Lou at another bar somewhere causing problems. This time it was a black bar or whatever. So it makes you think, was that a foreshadow of, if you know the storyline, it was known that Ghost's dad owned a bar somewhere or whatever. So this, uh, Ghost's uncle Gabe took over that bar. So this bar that Lou is in, it's a man pretty much like he ain't paid his tab and saying whatever. So is that a foreshadow? That's Ghost Dad bar. So just something to think about when you see that scene if you haven't seen it already. But nevertheless, so it shows Marvin and Gerald is at the park, and they having a heart to heart, and pretty much Gerald is a CI for the feds, but Marvin hasn't told him anything. Marvin been keeping it general or whatever. So where Marvin did mess up at, he told Gerald about Juke's performance at the mall, and pretty much told him that that's his final piece to write the article on Juke. And so that was the setup to happen. So then from there, it showed Famous go and reach out to Kanan looking for Lou. Shows Ronnie collar Famous up, and then Kanan came to his rescue. But it just keeps showing that Kanan has heart and he ain't afraid of Ronnie, even though he a kid. And Ronnie, I don't want to say back down, but I think he respect Kanan or whatever. At least respect who he think he is, Def Con's son. So he told Famous pretty much Juke got a performance at the mall and everybody gonna be there. He don't think that Lou would miss that. So it goes from there, and then it shows Juke at the mall, and their manager gives them the prep talk. Basically, this is your time to shine, and y'all need to come together as a group. If y'all show sisterhood, and the rest of the world will embrace y'all. So she gave them a nice pep talk. Of course, they go out, perform without a hitch, and they do their thing, and everybody like them. But then the feds show up, and they talk to the manager, and after the performance, and they pretty much told Juke they want to bring her in for questioning for her family ties and everything like that. Now, theoretically, this shouldn't be held against Juke, but you know it is for storyline, and this is what's going to deter her from being in the group. I thought it was going to be something else, but this is the moment. And when it, somebody might look at this and forget when they first see this, well, how the Fed's going to come and approach a minor? Juke is not a minor, she's 18. So what everybody got to remember. But Marvin was there, Rock was there, Kanan was there, and of course at the show afterwards, that's when you seen the, I guess, the clip with Rock pretty much approaching Kanan, telling Kanan like, you know, you done with Ronnie, and he, of course, Kanan said he heard that she was the one that had something to do with Unique's death, pretty much lying, Ronnie lying to him, manipulating him, and pretty much Kanan said, I trust Ronnie more than I trust you, to Rock, and pretty much Marvin is sitting there feeling kind of disgusted, like, you know, you talking to your mom like this, and Rock is pretty much telling them like, yo, y'all can't tell me when I'm done. Like, I'm out here. I'm with y'all made or whatever. So Kanan stepped off, and Rock pretty much just had the look on her face, and then Marvin was pretty much like, hey, you gonna let him talk to you like that? So he did, and he just left. And that's right after that, that's when the feds came in and took Juke. But it's like the parents didn't even see, I mean the parents, Marvin or Rock didn't see the feds come and take Juke, so that it don't even show that. So when it shows back where Howard finally comes to take over with Marvin, not Marvin, Lou, and pretty much Howard is telling him like, yo, you just need to shut your mouth. And then at this moment is when Lou realized who Rock's inside person is, and pretty much said, you was the one that got scrapped, killed with your bad information, pretty much. And so Lou was like, you got him killed. Howard pulled a gun out on Lou, and he pretty much told Howard, I'm already dead. So at this moment, Howard backed down. Rock and Marvin end up coming, but not before Gerald contact Marvin at the hospital. He's all shaken up, crying. You find out that Gerald got high, put his daughter in the tub. She drowned. So Marvin is kind of have empathy for him, and empathy and sympathy for him or whatever. But Gerald keeps going and said, I'm a terrible father and I'm a bad friend. And then Marvin's pretty much like, nah, man, you good, man. You just gonna have to. You need some serious help. You need to get through this, and they're gonna take your daughter, but you get right, you get her back, your other daughter rather. He said, no. I told them that uh, I could get information on you pretty much, and now Marvin looked at him like, what? Hold up. And he pretty much said, Gerald, he got caught with some heroin, and it was more than they for them to just wipe it off. So they told him that they knew he was part of his AAA meetings, and they needed information on Marvin, and so they building a case. And so now Marvin is looking at him like, what? They pretty much saying, Gerald, you're a piece of crap, and you're not a good friend. You're a terrible father, and you're just doing stuff for yourself. And so Marvin stepped off and he left. That's where he then meets up with Rock, with Lou. And the feds, shows the feds later in the episode go to get Gerald and said they're going to bring him in for questioning. And when they kick in his door, Gerald overdosed. So you don't know if Marvin staged the overdose to Gerald or this Gerald actually had an overdose. And killed himself, but he definitely overdosed. So from there, it shows the FBI is questioning Juke. Of course, Juke don't give him no information, and pretty much during this scene, it shows the FBI get the call that Gerald's been killed, so he got to bounce, and he pretty much was trying to give Juke a heart-to-heart, telling Juke like, listen, man, you never really escaped the trauma of your family's past. When you get somewhere in the light, it just shows the scars that you survived from. And Juke pretty much said like, F you, FBI. And pretty much saying that FBI, y'all messed up my life. So from there, it's a scene where Rock pretty much approached Howard, telling Howard, listen, I know that you knew about Marvin, that Marvin was under investigation. So Howard pretty much said, yeah, I knew. And really, Marvin just need to take one for the team. Or whatever. Because if they look at you, they're going to pull us all down anyway. But if we pit it all on Marvin, and then she pretty much said he going to get life or the death penalty. And he pretty much said, well, he need to take one for the team. She pretty like, I'm not selling out my brother. So he was like, all right, whatever then. And if we all go down, we just all go down. And so that's going to be a problem. And I think what's going to eventually happen is they're going to do something on Howard. I think Rock going to either set Howard up where he going to take the fall for everything, or she going to finally kill Howard instead of like she did before, had Kanan. So Never Left Howard left, and this is where you see the scene, the clip that was going around on the internet. Lou tell him, Marvin, don't let her kill me. And so Rock pretty much said, just get him in a car. And then from there, it shows Howard show back up to the police station, and it shows the FBI agent and sergeant approaching Howard, telling them they think he's linked to everything. So he pretty much, he swift on his toes and lied on the fly, and pretty much said, hey, you told me. He threw it back on the sergeant, pretty much telling him like, yo, you told me, listen, we don't need no more bad press. So I didn't say nothing. So of course I went and told the dad that he need to go put something on Burke or whatever. So I don't have no ties with Marvin. And he says, so what you trying to say? I'm connected to a known drug dealer? He said it to the sergeant, like trying to flip it. The FBI agent is looking. So he's just trying to throw him off smoke and mirrors. So that was the scene with that. Then it showed Kanan sitting down with Pops and Snaps. Or Pop and Snap. And they pretty much sit in Ronnie. And basically you hear Ronnie say, Rock gots to go. Now that's his mom. So everything Kanan been saying leading up to this moment is going to have you believe he's all against his family. because he said pretty much he ain't fooling with his family no more. That's what the build up is. But we also got to remember what Tyreek did to Kanan in the original Power series, where Tyreek pretty much set Kanan up at the end. So I think this is what's going to happen with Kanan. He's going to eventually. It's going to be make it seem like he's against his family and all that, but he really pretty much going to show that it's still his family over everybody. So he going to do something to intervene that. So I don't know exactly what, but I feel as though that's what it's being set up to happen. So then the last ending scene of the episode is pretty much showing uh Rock, Marvin, and Lou driving off in a road in the darkness, and Lou pretty much saying, "Y'all can't leave me like this. Y'all can't um just leave. Basically, y'all kill me and just throw me off in a dark area somewhere. Like, don't leave me like that. Like I'm y'all little brother, or whatever, whatever." So it showed Rock with a stone face, just driving, and pretty much uh it just showed Marvin just looking like, man, like damn, like I gotta do this. That's the look he got, and so he pretty much uh gave Luke some a drink of alcohol, basically telling him like this is it. That's what it's building up for. But it's either two things gonna happen. They just gonna drop him off in the middle of nowhere somewhere, basically sober up. They giving him the liquor so he stay warm out in the cold, and let him find his own way back. Or two, drop him off in a rehab, and that would be make more sense. Is that they taking him somewhere far out to a drug or alcohol rehab facility where he could get better. Because remember, Marvin in a couple episodes kept saying Lou need help. He needs help. He need real help. He kept lobbying for that, and so maybe Rock finally just said, all right, we're gonna pay for him to get him some real help and put him in a facility, get him clean. So that's what I feel as though is gonna happen. We got one episode left for episode 10 to see what happens. It's gonna be. There was pictures that surfaced before time that showed Kanan gets kidnapped. So maybe that's gonna happen in this episode. So when you see Kanan sitting down with Rock, Rock, Ronnie, and Pops and Snaps, I think this is the plan. Get Kanan kidnapped, and so they can do a ransom with Rock, so they can get their money. I can see that playing out with that. Cause remember, it's supposed it's pictures that surface that show Kanan being kidnapped or something like that. So I can see them playing out. Now also can see, well, I also can see there's been new rumors surfacing. Remember, I always on this channel, all my reviews from different series, I always say if you don't see nobody, then it didn't happen. In the world of Hollywood and film, you don't see a body, it didn't happen. So I always say if you don't see a body, it didn't happen. We know ghosts. We don't see no body, so for all we know, he's still alive in the regular Power series. Now, Unique. When it first initially happened, I said, all right, we don't see nobody, it didn't happen. We all know from on the Tyreek series, Ghost Power Book 2, Ghost, Lauren, we ain't see nobody, but the FBI agent, everybody was saying she was dead. Of course, she was still alive, right? Unique, we never seen a body, but they already writing him off as dead. There's even a picture online that shows where his body landed in a waste field, and boom, that's the confirmation he's dead. We even had Joey Badass come out, do interviews and say, hey, this my character wasn't supposed to last this long, but I developed a fan base. I appreciated my time here. Pretty much saying, confirming he's actually dead off the show. However, rumors are still circulating. Unique is not dead. Well, Unique might be dead, but then uh, Unique is gonna come back as another character. So that's the crazy twist that's supposed to come in. And there are reports that Unique has been seen filming season 4 for Raising Kanan now. So it could be something where Unique is coming back to play a different character on the Raising Kanan show. So it's rumors circulating. That's all it is. The rumors. If it's not something that pan out, that's what it is, and we'll see. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.